and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Pam and I am a beauty, fashion, and lifestyle expert, and I teach you how to feel beautiful from the inside out. Today we are going to talk about everything you need to know on how to get shiny, healthy hair. We're going to dive into some products, some wellness, some recipes, DIY do's and don'ts, supplements, and basically everything that I do to get shiny, lustrous, beautiful hair. So the first thing that I really want to focus on is stimulating blood flow to the scalp. For that, I go in with a dollar brush from Daiso. This is a Japanese dollar store here locally, and all you do is just keep this in the shower with you. When you go to apply your shampoo, go in with your dollar Daiso brush, really massage the scalp, get that shampoo really into the nitty-gritty of your hair, and massaging your scalp will stimulate blood flow. Blood flow is super essential for growing healthy hair follicles and strengthening the root of your hair. Now, we've all heard of the double cleanse method for our face, but you can actually do it for your hair as well. This is how. I use 2 shampoos. My first shampoo is always just whatever shampoo I'm feeling at the moment. Right now, it is a drugstore shampoo that I feel like is doing just fine. But one thing I do not waver on is going in with a clarifying shampoo. So this is the Moroccanoil clarifying shampoo. This is color safe, sulfate, phosphate, and paraben free. What I love about this shampoo is not only does it smell like an absolute vacation, it does a really great job of taking all of that gunk that we just exfoliated with our Daiso brush and then getting it out of the hair from the root, really getting our scalp as clean as it can possibly be. This cleans the scalp without stripping it of its natural oil. So it's super important that you do go in with 2 shampoos whenever you wash your hair. There's a myth saying that you have to change up your shampoos from time to time because your scalp gets used to them. That is an absolute lie. What is happening is that you are having buildup over time from using the exact same products that when you switch to a new one, your hair just responds differently because you're using a different shampoo. It's just like using a different seasoning on chicken. There's nothing wrong with the first seasoning if you use that same seasoning every single day, but when you go in with something different, all of a sudden, this new one feels better. It's not, it's just different. That's why when you go in with something clarifying, this is really important because you know that you are getting rid of all of the gunk from shampoos, dry shampoos, sweat, buildup, hair products, teasing, and really getting your hair back to its natural clean state. So this next tip doesn't actually involve a product of any type. It's basically just you changing the temperature of your shower. So what you're going to do is whenever you go into shampoo, you're going to go in with warm water. You're going to use that warm water to really debride the scalp, get the gunk off, massage your scalp, get blood flow to the top of your scalp, and then you're going to turn your nozzle to cold when it's time to condition. Using cold water when you condition your hair is extremely important to enhance the shine. This is something I never waver on. What cold water does is it seals the cuticle of the hair, and so it really locks in that moisture. It enhances the shine and it actually promotes smoothing. So instead of using hot water throughout the entirety of your shower, getting out and then using a hot blow dryer and just really frying your hair and irritating the follicle, all of that is going to give you really frizzy hair. Going in with something cold is just going to really calm it, soothe it, and then you're going to have to style it less because you're starting from an already tame hair follicle, and wash it less. Okay, so what you're going to do is try to skip hair washes as much as you can. Overwashing your hair will actually dry out your hair cuticle, and your hair, like your skin on your face, will make compensation oil, and that's why sometimes you will get oily roots and dry ends. How is it doing both? How is that combination hair? It's because the roots are being stripped, but your overall hair texture is actually dry. So to avoid that, I use the IGK First Class Charcoal Detox Dry Shampoo. This is my holy grail of dry shampoos. I love this one. The charcoal sensation has a cooling effect on the scalp. What it does is it just lifts that oil off. It gives you nice volume. It doesn't have white residue. It smells lovely, and it literally makes it look like I just washed my hair. No other dry shampoo I've ever tried has ever done this, but basically this is how I can actually stretch out my hair washes. So this is super helpful, and I also just try to minimize the amount of heat that I use on my hair. So I will blow dry my roots and I will make sure that those are not wet, but I will actually kind of just let the ends air dry. And typically my work days, if you guys don't know, I'm a nurse, I just kind of have wavy ends, and it doesn't matter to me because I don't need to be super glamorous at work. If I needed to be, then I would use something like a heatless roller situation. I would sleep on it at night, or probably put it in a braid, but I would pretty much do things to avoid putting heat on my hair. So in terms of putting less heat on your hair, I really am just a firm believer in using the blow dryer less. So I love a good blowout like anyone, but honestly, putting that much heat on every single strand of your hair, it's just not important. It's just not necessary for every day. I mean, if you're going somewhere nice, you've got a date night, girls' weekend, night out on the town, a wedding, an event, I understand. But from day to day, I just don't really find it necessary. So what I like to do is go in with this Aquis towel right here. It's a microfiber towel. I got it on Amazon, and I'm sure you could find other microfiber towels, but not all of them are going to be shaped just like this. This unique shape has a hoodie style shape, and so what you do is you flip your head over, you wrap your hair into this turban, and it pretty much just sits on your head like this. Your hair is entirely wrapped up into this turban, and that way every single strand of your hair is getting in contact with this microfiber towel, so it soaks up the water. I leave it on my head for about 20 minutes, take it down, and it cuts my blow drying time literally in half. I blow dried my hair the other day in 6 minutes, which is pretty unheard of. So I have thick, coarse hair. It holds quite a bit of water, so anything that's going to help me minimize the amount of time that I'm blow drying is right up my alley. Okay, so the other thing that you can probably see right behind me is a satin pillowcase. It's way in the back because I put my decorative ones in the front, but you guys know. Anyways, satin pillowcases are super essential. They create less friction, so your hair is rubbing on whatever surface it's sleeping on all night long. If it's cotton, there's a million different grades of cotton, so some of it can be kind of rough, and that can actually cause frizzing, and it can actually pull and tug on your hair. So if you are concerned about shedding and not just shine, cotton is not going to be your friend. You want to go with silk, but not all silks are created equally. I got my pillowcase on Amazon, but I scoured Amazon to find, number one, 100% mulberry silk, and number two, that it was highly rated. That is super important to me. So I'm going to link the exact pillowcase that I use below, but you guys, just when you are shopping for silk pillowcases, do not just go for the cheapest one. Don't even go for the one with the most ratings. You want to find, number one, 100% mulberry and great ratings as well. The number one product that I use to add shine is the Kérastase Elixir Ultimate. So I've had this bottle for quite some time, and the truth is I don't use this often. I don't always want a shiny look. My hair typically has quite a bit of luster on its own, but if I do feel like the ends look a little dry, I'll just take a tiny bit of this, work it through the ends. I never put this in my roots, and it really just helps smooth everything out, especially if I'm past due on a haircut and I feel like my split ends are a little crazy. This helps. And then the other one that I really love, of course, is the Moroccanoil one, because of the fragrance. I mean, it's a decent oil. It gets the job done. It doesn't have any alcohol in it, but the fragrance, you guys, I am such a sucker for Moroccan hair oil products. Okay, and lastly, I want to talk to you guys about biotin. And notice that I don't have a bottle here to show you guys, and that's because I don't take it. I have taken biotin in the past, and after I became a nurse and just became more educated on the supplement industry, I'm going to put a little disclaimer in here, and then I'm going to let you guys make a decision on whether you want to take biotin on your own. So supplements and vitamins are not FDA regulated, meaning that anyone and everyone can almost create a supplement. There is a very low barrier to entry into the market of creating supplements. That being said, you don't actually know what you are taking. So when I researched biotin, I see that it comes in like a 5,000 microgram and a 10,000 microgram, and those are typically the most popular. If I were to take a biotin supplement at this point, I would take the 5,000, and I would probably take it twice a day instead of just taking one really large dose. It's a B vitamin, and so it can't harm you. It's water soluble. If you take too much, you'll just pee it out. But of course, like any supplement that you put in your body, there are some side effects. I definitely recommend consulting with your doctor prior to starting a biotin treatment. Also, I would definitely go to GNC and buy one. I would not buy some on Amazon, because Amazon has sketchy sellers, as you know, and when it comes to things that I'm putting inside my body like a vitamin, I just like to really go to a reputable source just to make sure that I can ask all the questions that I need to ask. But that leads me to my next point on diet. I really think that you can get enough micro and macronutrients in your diet to promote hair growth and shine without taking a supplement. So let's start. So when it comes to diet, I have a lot of points. This is where I think you should get your pen and paper handy, because I'm going to drop a lot of information, and I'm going to do it in a very short, concise manner so you're not overwhelmed. But at the end of the day, it is quite a bit of information. So your hair is a protein. Proteins are made of keratin. Keratins need amino acids to grow, and where you're going to get amino acids from are lean red meats and other protein sources. If you are a vegetarian, tofu is a great option, kidney beans are a great option, and some lentils are a great option. Protein sources contain iron, sulfur, vitamin A, B12, and B3. So you don't have to know any of that. All you have to know is that this specific food group, the lean protein food group, decreases shedding, nourishes the hair follicle, stimulates blood flow, and decreases inflammation, which can actually inhibit your hair from growing the way it should. Salmon in specific to me is going to be a really big key player here. It has essential fatty acids and vitamin D. So essential fatty acids are really important because our body cannot produce them. We have to ingest them, but they actually compose up to 3% of your hair follicle. And so the main ingredient in the fish is actually what your hair needs to grow. So if you can incorporate salmon into your diet, you are going to notice a big difference. Omega-3s are super important for keeping the scalp hydrated. So if you struggle with dandruff, this is going to be a big thing for you. But if you're not a fish person, flaxseed oil is going to be a great thing that you can incorporate into your diet. I would definitely toss this on top of a salad or work it into a smoothie somehow if you don't like the taste of salmon. When it comes to spices, coriander is going to be really nice for combating shedding. So a lot of women have messaged me on Instagram saying that they struggle with shedding. Coriander, if you eat Indian food, is all over the place. So that's kind of easy to incorporate. But I recommend looking at recipes on Pinterest around certain spices that can help you learn about new recipes and ingest a little bit more of it if you don't eat foods that are already rich in coriander. So cottage cheese is kind of a really big staple in my diet because it's full of calcium and protein, but specifically whey and casein protein. Those are going to be the two important proteins that are going to help your hair grow. And asparagus. If you guys watch me on Instagram, I meal prep my meals every Monday and Wednesday, and one of those days always includes asparagus. Asparagus actually promotes hair growth, which is that just takes me back to my original point. You don't have to have biotin. If you eat a diet rich in asparagus, you're going to get a ton of benefits, including silicone, which is going to help your hair shine. Oats are packed with magnesium, iron, and phosphorus, but they also help you combat turning white. So I noticed that my hair was turning white at a rapid rate, and this is before I went totally overhaul with my nutrition. But once I got my nutrition into gear and I made sure that I was getting those micronutrients up to par, like those minerals, and I noticed that I stopped having to dye my hair as often. So something that you wouldn't think really strengthens your hair from the root, but does, are nuts, almonds, dates, and figs. I think those are a delicious way to add some zest to your meals. You can top your salad off, you can mix them into smoothies, you can have them alone as a snack, and they actually help you grow strong hair. Now this one's kind of a no-brainer because everyone knows you need to eat vegetables, but I want to dive into why you specifically need to eat green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables are packed with vitamin A and vitamin C. They also are packed with beta-carotene. Beta-carotene is one of the essential building blocks for growing hair, so it's super important if you are looking to grow longer, stronger, shinier hair. The best source of beta-carotene is going to be raw spinach, and I know that it is a really hard thing to choke down sometimes, especially if you are just not in the mood for a straight up raw spinach salad, but let me tell you that the easiest way to get that out of the way is just to grab a handful, throw it in a smoothie. In fact, I'm drinking one right now. And the reason is because I can always mask any smoothie taste with a couple chunks of pineapple, and then I don't taste the spinach anymore. And it's the easiest way to get that beta-carotene in. Also, green leafy vegetables are packed with vitamin A and vitamin C, which are going to be important for sebum production. Sebum is oil. So if you want to grow naturally hydrated hair from the root without always having to add stuff in, you need to get the vitamin A and C in, and you need to get that through green leafy vegetables. There's just no way you can get around it. If you don't really want to get beta-carotene in through spinach, try mangoes. Mangoes are super packed with beta-carotene. Okay, my last point, which is also a tough one to take down, is that broccoli is super important for your hair. You guys, one serving of broccoli actually has more vitamin C than an orange. So the next time you're sick, think about maybe, upping your broccoli instead of doing the emergencies or drinking a ton of orange juice, which has a ton of sugar. Definitely incorporate broccoli into your diet as well. The easiest way I do this is just I do a sheet pan. I take a sheet pan, I fill it with veggies, spritz it with a little bit of olive oil, maybe whatever seasonings, and throw it in the oven. That sheet pan always has asparagus, broccoli, tons of greens that I otherwise would not eat raw. I definitely do in a sheet pan style, and it helps me get my serving of broccoli in. And that concludes this video, you guys. Hair is a reflection of your health from the inside out. So you could, buy the cutest outfit, do the best hair, get the best makeup, even get extensions, do whatever it is, but if you are not healthy on the inside, you are not going to grow beautiful hair on the outside. So I recommend trying out some of these tips and tricks. Okay, and that is it, you guys. That concludes my how to get shiny hair video. If you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them below. I will link the products I used below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.